Krishna. Welcome, 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 welcome. Glad you all could join. We're going to have a really powerful soul retrieval session because this is what this is. We're retrieving your soul, right? And in this soul retrieval session, hi, Veterans Love, welcome. So glad you could be here. Today, we're talking about narcissistic abuse and the hell realm, right? And how empaths can escape to their true destiny after narcissistic abuse. So this is the truth of what we're going into, and we're going to expose how this keeps you trapped, how the narcissists keep you trapped, and how to escape it, right? Once and for all. This is what it's about, how to escape the hell realm of narcissistic abuse. This is what we're going to go into today. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're all here. And for those who are just joining, my name is Dr. Nana Gyesie. But today we're talking about how to escape the hell realm of narcissistic abuse once and for all. Because what narcissistic abuse is the hell realm. That's what it is. So today we're going into that once and for all, so you are no longer beholden to this hell realm. And so I'm so glad to be here with you. My name is Dr. Nana Gyesie, and very excited to get into this real important topic with you, how narcissistic abuse keeps you trapped in the hell realm, and how empaths can escape this once and for all from this time forth and forevermore, right? So if you've ever been concerned about the hell realm or what the hell realm is and what it means and why it seems like you're just stuck there and can't get out of it, this is what we're going to do. Today we're going to talk about this. So you are not built to live in hell. This is a cheat code for how you escape hell once and for all. So welcome in, welcome in. So glad to be here with you, right? This is what we're going to be going into today. So, let's get started. Let's get started. I'm really charged up today. So let's get started and tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. You see, as an empath, how do you get your kids out? We're going to talk about all that, Denzo, and then you can come in very shortly, Denzo. I really appreciate you being here, right? So let's get started. As an empath, it's important to realize that you were not just hurt. You were harvested, right? You were not just abandoned. You were bound into spiritual slavery. And the narcissistic abuse you experience is not only personal, it is multidimensional. And today we're going into the hell realm, not to stay, but to retrieve your soul. Because in 2025, the earth is splitting and your rising is a non-negotiable. You see? So I want to talk about what narcissistic abuse is in the context of the hell realm. First of all, from the lens of psychology, narcissistic abuse is the cycle of idealization, devaluation, and discard. That's what they do. They love bomb you with idealization, then they begin to disrespect you by devaluing you, and then eventually discard you, and then they hoover and come back, right? Because a narcissist never wants to have closure. And when we look at this from a multi-dimensional lens, you realize that it's a ritualized system of energetic inversion, Don Marie. This is where the empath's divine qualities are systematically distorted, siphoned, and enslaved. You see, when you look at it from psychology, Freud talks about the death drive and explains how the narcissist, unconsciously fearing their own psychic death, projects destruction outwards, Don Marie, onto their intimate other. Let me say that again. This thing I'm explaining to you about the narcissistic abuse and the hell realm, right, is about and is related to Freud's death drive, Thanatos, which explains how the narcissist, unconsciously fearing their psychic death, project destruction outward onto their intimate other. When you go into the Buddha Dharma or Buddhism, in the Buddhist cosmology, in the hell realm, Niraya is not a place of punishment. It is a state of perpetual delusion where beings act out of violence, hatred, and distortion of reality. Does that sound familiar? The topic today, for those who are just joining, is narcissistic abuse and the hell realm. How empaths can escape and ascend to their destiny in 2025 and beyond. We're talking about how narcissistic abuse traps you in the hell realm, also called earth, and how empaths can escape and ascend this to their high destiny. Tinkerbell, did you get that? Are you with it? This is what it is. So let me go even further. According to the Gnostics and the Hermetic traditions, narcissists are agents of archonic energy. If you know what the archons are, you're right, Big Hank. Archons are soulless or fragmented entities driven by the envy of soul bearing. Now, narcissistic abuse is the conscious or unconscious attempt of any entity to bind, consume, and collapse the soul's energetic structure. They do not love you. They feed from you. You got to tell me, am I talking to you or am I talking to myself? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me if I'm talking to you. Because I want to know. You see, I want to know that I'm talking to you. Thank you, Dawn Marie. So why does this matter in 2025? In 2025, oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Dawn Marie. Sorry, Tinkerbell. In 2025, we are living in a threshold era. Thank you, Krishna. And this threshold era is what the physicist Dr. Jude Carver calls the consciousness renaissance. The consciousness renaissance, which is, thank you, Virtuous Love, which is the collective is awakening to a multi-dimensional perspective. But narcissistic abuse is based on the virus of the old dimension, Robin. I hear you, Robin Mukandila. I hear you. And so it's okay. We're here together, and we can reconvene another time. Don't worry about it, right? The consciousness renaissance evoking belonging, you're catching it. You see? So let me go into this a little deeper. And let's talk about cultural narcissism and the performative hell matrix. So the dominant system, some people call it capitalism, but capitalism doesn't exist anymore. We're now in what Yanis Varoufakis calls techno-feudalism. So if you hear anybody saying capitalism, that's a dinosaur. We are now in techno-feudalism. So the dominant systems, whether it's capitalism, techno-feudalism, colonialism, or patriarchy, are built on performative narcissism. In other words, these systems reward disembodiment and punish emotional intelligence. Developing your roster, multidimensional abuse, that's exactly it. You got it. You see? Let me tell you what I just said again. The dominant systems, techno-feudalism, chai. I love you evoking. You are funny and brilliant. The dominant systems, which are capitalism, but I said capitalism is over. It's not techno-feudalism. Colonialism and patriarchy are all built on performative systems because they reward being disembodied, being fragmented, and punish emotional intelligence. So the American Psychological Association, APA, reported that rising narcissistic traits have been happening among youths in the 1980s, which correlates with the rise of increasing consumer culture. More on this, Jayhawk, stay tuned, right? Social media now weaponizes identity, pitting authenticity against algorithmic approval. You see how we all become narcissistic? We're trained to be narcissistic. And empaths who are energetic truth bearers often feel exiled in this system. Am I connecting to you? Hey, Kiki. Hey, DJ. Hey, Lady Virgo. Hey, Retrogor. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. You see? So when you think about this, you see how everybody is trained to become a narcissist because everybody's on social media sticking their tongues out, showing their muscles or their butts. And there's nothing wrong with being body positive. But if you're doing it from a place of seeking external validation, you are being trained to be a narcissist. Therefore, you get trapped in the hell realm. Now, when you think about AI and synthetic empathy, artificial intelligence is learning how to imitate empathy, Damalgam, right? So while human empathy is increasingly unprotected and unvalued and unreciprocated, you have empathy from AI systems. This mirrors the narcissist empath dynamic, which is imitation versus embodiment. So are you pretending or are you the real deal, evoking belonging, be the light, Damalgam? You see, thank you, Virtuous Love. You got it, Developing Your Roster, Techno-Feudalism. And in fact, if anybody wants to read that book, and I don't know the former Greek finance minister, Yanis Varoufakis, but that's a very powerful book if you want to read it, right? AI can be the Antichrist, or you can use it and it becomes a tool that serves you, being a digital representation of your own subconscious mind if you can program it to give you truth-centered, higher scalar intelligence, unbiased. So you program AI to tell you the truth because you're asking intelligent, contradictory questions. But let me keep going. So empaths, and I know everyone here is an empath, are the spiritual immune system of the planet, Tinkerbell, because you and I, Damogam, we are not here to participate in the decay. We are here to alchemize and exit. Let me say that again. You and I are not here to participate in the decay. We are here to alchemize and exit. But narcissistic abuse is the trapdoor that keeps you in the wrong realm because it binds you by guilt, by hope, by false forgiveness, by trauma-bonded love, and egoic empathy. Am I talking to you or am I talking to myself? Somebody tell me. I want to chant the psalm a day. Where's steel pulse? I need some steel pulse in my life. You see, this is what happens. And I want to pause and ask, am I connecting to you? Am I telling you the truth? Are you picking what I'm dropping? Are we in synergy together? Tell me. Because I just don't want to just be, thank you, Virtuous Love. Thank you, thank you, Jayhawk. Thank you, Jayhawk. Thank you, Evoking Belonging. Thank you, Evoloka Legendaire. Evoloka Legendaire. Thank you, Krishna. You're great too, Krishna. So are you, Soul Star. One love. So let me keep going. Evoking Belonging. Sandy, give thanks. Now let's anatomize the architecture of the narcissistic hell matrix, because this is not about metaphors. This is structural. I'm glad you're keep catching the energetic vibrations we're putting out there. First of all, we live in the field of cognitive dissonance, Jude. Don't worry about them delaying your life. They can't block it. You cannot be blocked. You can't be stopped. So first of all, when an empath experiences love and abuse from the same source, it splits the psyche. That split weakens the plasma of light in the soul, which creates energetic leaks. And these leaks are the entry points for further manipulation. Everything I just said to you can be found in a book called The Body Keeps the Score by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk. And I don't get anything from recommending any of these books. I'm just giving you information. More visual soon. We'll get there. You see, The Body Keeps Score, Evoking Belonging. I'm so glad to learn about your neurodivergence, and there'll be more. But keep up with us for now. Yes, this is where we are right now. So you think about gaslighting. What gaslighting is hijacking. You see, it's really hijacking. I think we need to get this person out of here because we don't have time for this Zilbruder, whatever you are. Get out. We don't have time for these demonic vibrations. Get out. So gaslighting is not just lying. Gaslighting is dimensional corruption. Because gaslighting is designed, double gum, you got that, right? Gaslighting is designed to make you doubt what you saw. It is designed to make you get out crosses. You got it, Evoking. It's designed to make you, I got him out. It's just, you guys are funny. This is great. This is great. Exactly, he was not. I had to get him out. We don't have time for that. We speed game quick and we act on it. So gaslighting hijacks your soul because it gets you to surrender your inner compass. Give thanks, Susie Homemaker. I appreciate that. And you realize that this is not psychological. This is ritual dismantling. And in one of my favorite books, I've already given you one book, which is The Body Keeps the Score. The second book I want to tell you about is The Kybalion. Kybalion, the Kybalion. And in the Kybalion, it talks about the principle of mentalism. Of course, Orion, he was not. And the principle of mentalism tells us that the all is mind. The universe is mental. But when you're gaslighting reverses this by inserting a false mind into your reality. Adriana? Yes, Evoking the Kybalion. It's Kybalion. Balion, the Kybalion. If you can read that, it's so simple, but it's so deep. You're going to have to read it and read it and read it until it's in your DNA. The Kybalion, as well as the Emerald tablets. You got it, right? Thank you so much. Now, the other thing is when you think about trauma bonding, when you go through trauma bonding, there's a lot of oxytocin. Oxytocin is the bonding chemical. You feel good. And then cortisol is a stress chemical. So what the narcissist is a chemical dealer because they mess with your chemicals. And those chemicals make you feel addicted to the abuser. But at the spiritual level, it's not just addiction to the abuser, it is a binding karmic contract. Denzel, you got it. The Emerald tablets is everything. It's a binding contract. And the narcissist exploits your compassion to forge this etheric chain, which is also a soul loop, where your healing instinct keeps you trapped. So in ancient spellcraft, this is called a cord of inversion. A cord of inversion. So the question becomes, how do you begin to rise from the hell realm? Can you speak to whether pleasure is derived from performing? Of course, there's a lot of pleasure developing your roster because the narcissist gets the most pleasure from your negative energy. When you're upset, when you're sad, when you're frustrated, they go like, because that's what they are, demons. You see, they're demons. So the narcissist is not just your abuser. What the narcissist is your spiritual initiator, right? This is who they are. And what they did was, you were never meant to stay with a narcissist, whether it was your mother, your father, your best friend, your sister, your husband, your wife, your fiance, your them, whoever it was. You were meant to awaken and reclaim your frequency and transmute the fire into fuel. So the way Somalia, what it is, hey, Angel, your own family, of course. And I often repeat this Christian joke, and I say it here. Everybody who's been here has heard me say it before, that it goes like this. God will bless you through strangers, whereas the devil will use your loved ones to hurt you. Of course, evoking, that was your biggest initiative, your biggest guru. That's why I'm so grateful for all the narcissists who were in my life. Because without the various narcissists in my life, I couldn't be here with you. You see? So how do you rise from the hell realm? First of all, you have to cut the energetic cord and come into a place of no resonance with this narcissist. In other words, no contact is level 1, Susie Homemaker. Thank you, Evoking Belonging. No contact is level 1. But the next level is to get into this place of no longer vibrating at the hate frequency. Because the narcissist, oh, Don Marie, I'm so grateful for you. The narcissist can only reach you in the place of hate. And I know people are suspicious of whatever is binary, but there's only 2 emotions, love and hate. And love can be gratitude, can be appreciation, can be joy, whereas hate can be frustration, anger, irritation. So the narcissist can only reach you when they can get you to this hateful frequency. That's what I'm telling you, Krishna. So your goal is always to stay in the loving, loveful frequency. And when you're in that frequency, you're no longer vibrating at the frequency of the narcissist. You no longer carry their psychic imprints, and you're no longer reenacting their stories to others. This is where your vagal nerve, your pineal gland, and your aura recalibrate into divine coherence. So breathing is a very powerful thing to do when you are in this vibration, right? You can go into what is also called consciousness jumping, because in quantum physics, it teaches that the observer shapes the observed. So let me prove this to you. Imagine you have a car. How do you know the car exists when you are asleep? The car doesn't exist when you are asleep. The car exists when you open your eyes and look at the car, and then that's the car. That's the observer effect in simple terms. So you are the observer, and you shift timelines not by effort, but by identity. When you no longer identify as a wounded, abandoned, broken person, and you start to identify yourself as sovereign, sentient, and initiated, you collapse the hell matrix. In other words, you don't win against the narcissist by fighting the narcissist. You win against the narcissist by stopping resonating with the game they play. In other words, when you no longer resonate with a hateful frequency, I hate myself, I suck, I'm not good enough, you are no longer in resonance with the narcissist. Self-love. Yes, Hakim, what do you say? Self-love is the fastest way. And I want to tell you all, If you want to heal yourself through Qigong or meditation, my brother Hakim Tafara is here. You can find him in the chat and follow him and check out his messages on Qigong and using diet and energy to improve yourself and heal yourself, as well as the Buddha Dharma. But let me keep going. So the other point I want to talk about is alchemical transmutation. This is another way, blessed love, Hakim. This is how you free yourself, because you go, empaths are the hidden alchemists of the planet, and pain becomes purpose. This is why we are grateful to these people who hurt us. Louis, that's what it is. You got it. Evoking, I appreciate you. I'm so grateful. So pain becomes your purpose, and trauma becomes the transfiguration. What happens when you have a child with one? I was about to do my, oh, you're 14 weeks. So start, book your free session and let's talk. Because you are abandoned so you can end the cycle. And if you want to ask the question, just come on video and let's talk. But according to alchemist Jabir, this is what happens when you start to ascend through fire. Yes, you are an empath, Louis. Damago, we all love you because we are the same. We are one. You see, you go through calcination, which is the burning away of the ego. That's when you're discarded. Then from there, you go through dissolution, which is the emotional breakdown. You want to hurt yourself. You're in the dark night of the soul. You hate life. You wonder why there's no meaning. Then you go through separation, which is when you stop identifying with the old self. I am weak. I am nothing. I'm useless. And then you come into union, which is rebirth as the sacred self. So when you rise, you are not just carrying your healing, but you're carrying the codes to heal other people. I am here talking to you because of everything I went through, just like you. So in 2025 and beyond, empaths are not here to survive abuse. Whether it's abuse at the systemic level or the individual level, you're in union. I'm so happy. But you are here to lead the new earth. And the new earth is a frequency, not a place. And in this planetary shift, we are the frequency holders. We are the mirror breakers. We are the realm jumpers. We are the story enders. And we are here to rewire the grid with our inner authority over external validation, Denzel. You just make amends and apologize, Denzel, and make sure that from now on, your actions heal, not harm. That's how you reverse the karma. Exactly, Orion. You said it. Our vibration raises the vibration of others. We are the realm jumpers. We are the story enders. We are the scapegoats. And we are here to end soul contracts, negative soul contracts. We are here to self-author our truth. And it's said in the Gospel of Thomas, which is one of the missing books in the Bible. It said, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. This is from the Gospel of Thomas. And the Gospel of Thomas is not in the regular Bible. This is in the Gnostic Gospels and the missing books in the Bible. The Gospel of Thomas says, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. So, my beloved empath, you didn't come here to this earth to survive abuse. You came here to reverse entropy. You came here to free your lineage. The hell realm was your school. The hell realm is where you learn that you are a spiritual being, not a human being. You graduated, Dawn Marie, you said it. So let the narcissists remain in their illusions. And then we build the world that they cannot enter. Because we are unpossessable. We are unbound. We are unleashed. You see? We are the light on a hill that cannot be hidden. Virtuous love, you said it. We came here to be tested and come forth as gold. Exactly right. You see? So this is the message. And I want to hear from you. What questions you have? And if you have a question on Instagram and on YouTube, you can invite yourself. I can invite some random folks. And I'm going to keep track of all the questions on YouTube. Lady Virgo, thank you so much. Cynthia, how you doing? How's everyone doing? What do you think about the hell realm? What has been your experience with it? How you escape it? Yeah, let's get some folks in here who want to talk, right? Come on in and ask your question or let us know what your relationship to this has been, right? Just come on in and let's share. because each one teach one, right? This is how we break these curses. Kusa, Yoga Nidra, I like that. Because yoga is about yoke, which is about coming into union. Tinkerbell, better now because I was so confused. I was about to give up. Oh, Tinkerbell, never give up, Tinkerbell. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Why, when you show a narcissist, you're not interested, keep bothering you? Because you are breaking the spell. And the narcissist cannot stand that you're breaking the spell, virtuous love. So they hoover you to bring you back into the spell of control. It's as simple as that. Because remember, the narcissist regulates themselves with you, right? And so without you, they're not in a place of regulation. They need you to regulate themselves. And they need you to give them your energy, your resources, all that. This is what they do. SNY. Knowledge is one of the things that helped me. Oh, I'm so glad, SNY. We're in this together. We really are. I think it's a caller here. Evoking belonging. Let's hear evoking belonging. Let me turn up the volume here. Let's hear you. Hi, evoking belonging. How you doing?
Greetings, brother. Greetings.
One love, one love, one love. Tell us about your experiences with the hell realm and these narcissists. I want to hear about it.
Wow. Firstly, I just want to give thanks for this moment. I want to give thanks for your word. Thank you for showing up in the world. Thank you for blessing us all with your wisdom. Thank you to all who are on this chat right now. When I tell you the divine design of this moment, that I just opened Instagram and you're speaking right now, it can only be God.
You said
Where
it.
am I with this? Yes, where am I with this? You know, I have, 3 weeks ago, I fled my home to escape my domestic abusive partner, who I did not even know I didn't even understand. I've always heard the word narcissist, but I didn't know that this is what was happening to me. I'm a highly accomplished somebody. I am always supporting others who are going through abusive situations. And he became more and more menacing. He was stalking me. You know, he was sensing that. At some point, I just realized that I could not continue trying to say, babe, let's sit down and talk about this. But, you know, the gaslighting, the number of times I was left with my heart broken in pieces. And before he would scoop it up and hold me, he would stand on them and crush them even more and then disappear. And it was like, what is this? So at some point, you know, I said, babe, can we have a break? He just was not having it. And I finally shared this with a cousin. I wanted him to come down and speak to him. And my brother got involved and everything broke loose. And within 7 days, I was just on a plan because I wasn't speaking to anybody. I've been alienated from all those closest to me. It's textbook. I think now I've been watching the videos on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Then I came across Inner Mileage, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And my sons, my two beautiful sons, 21 and 17, said, Mom, all you did was your kindness. You took your kindness for weakness. All you've done is ever show love. So I find myself now, I've come away for refuge. I'm in a beautiful home with my aunt and all is balancing. I'm finding an equilibrium. It's very fresh. It's very raw. But something else is happening I didn't anticipate. My brother who helped me escape, he was the main strategist. You know, he would call me that morning when I packed, when my partner was out at work and I had like 2 hours to just take my passport or whatever I could and get out. A week after arriving in this place of refuge, finding, you know, asleep, and, you know, we're in a family meeting, and it's his turn to talk. My father's asked, how am I? And I'm sharing that, you know, I'm hunting to sleep, and, you know. And then my brother fire hoses me to the wall with venom and anger. I am so mad right now. I am so angry. And all I could when I say fire hose to the wall, you understand the force? that water comes out of the hose of the firefighters, image that was with me. Like the anger. This is my brother who would help me strategize, help me get out. He had been around in a few months earlier. He didn't trust this man.
Mm-hmm.
He called into the family house. We had some meetings, but he didn't trust him, right? But he couldn't put his finger on it, and he said, "Sister, I'm here for you." Mm-hmm. We are very close. We work together, and he has been exploding. And I wanted to ask you, what is this about? Like. You know, the network paused at that moment. I could not. Firstly, I couldn't find any words. I could not believe. He's like, I will never be involved with you again. Never ask me to get involved in any of your relationships again. We had to rescue you from your husband. Now we're rescuing you again, and you're burdening our parents, and they've got your children. And I felt like this was more of what I've just escaped at the house. And then, in 10 minutes later, when I I get the video on the chat saying, oh, now I vented, let's find a way to get like that. Like, escape. Understand? Like, called family. What is going on? Because it went on for a couple of days. My parents were like, my mother called me the next day and said, well, how are you feeling? It had to be said. I said, Mom, I've just fled my home. I've left my children. I've left the country. I am scared. I'm just trying to hold body and soul together. And my brother, my own brother, had to come with me the same aggression.
Okay. Look at me, evoking. Evoking belonging. Look at me. Look at me. Can you see me?
I'm looking at you.
Okay.
I'm seeing you.
Can you hear my music in the background? This is Raw. Raw by Damian Marley. Raw. Watch me, and I'll explain what's going on. This is for you.
Yes.
You understand? Let me explain what has happened to you. More fire. You've just escaped the hell realm. You have just escaped the hell realm. And when you escape the hell realm, you begin to see things as they are, not as you are. Because remember, everything you are about, including when you were wounded, was to make everybody feel belonged. Everybody feel accepted, including demons. So you were casting your pearl before swine. Am I talking to you? Can you hear me evoking belonging?
You're talking to me.
And what you're finally realizing is you're waking. You're waking up from the hell realm. And you're beginning to no longer see things as you are. You're beginning to see things as they are. And that's a mark of a lion. That's the mark of a lion. Did you hear me?
Fire, my brother.
That's the mark of a lion. I didn't say lioness. I said lion. Because that's who you are.
Wow.
So what happens is you're going to see more, because you're now at a place where when you see the reality that the divine wants to reveal to you, you're not going to lose your mind. You have the spiritual maturity to handle and see what needs to be seen. And as you transmit that more and more, you become the vessel that evokes belonging for those assigned to you.
Wow.
What's happening to you over there? Tell me.
So the family constellation, because I get to understand, narcissistic relationships can be in your own family.
The biggest ones are from your own parents or caregivers. That's how you know you're chosen.
Wow.
I mean, how can the earth and the mother and the father and the field and the unfabricated trust you as perfect? You have to go through wickedness and not become wicked. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Then the field knows that you can be trusted with your spiritual gifts. Don't you see the game?
I see it.
So why do you think you had to run away? Because your time was up. You finally learned the lesson. You finally learned the lesson, evoking belonging, and you can't look back. And the reason why your brother was acting the way he was, there's a scene in The Godfather, Godfather 2, when Michael Corleone's character thinks he's no longer illegal, but he gets pulled into some street politics, and there's a scene where he goes, just when I was out, they pull me right back in. The same thing is true of the crabs in the bucket mentality. So when you begin to escape narcissistic abuse, those around you who benefited from your dysfunction say, "Oh, she needs help, not me." That's your brother. Your brother can no longer play that card. He can no longer play superior as a savior over you because you are ending that spell. Did I just say something? Did I just say something? Did I just say something, or am I just talking to myself?
No, you said something.
This is what it is.
Speak.
So you are breaking strongholds. You're breaking the illusion of Maya, the illusion of dukkha, as we say in the Buddha Dharma. You're coming to what is, which is the present moment. And the present moment, everything is perfect. And as long as you deal with the present moment, then every present moment that arises will be perfect. The best way to predict the future is to look at exactly what you're doing right now. And what are you doing right now? Speaking spells into existence. Hakim just said it. You're speaking spells into existence. So do you know what your future self is going to be doing? Living the spells you're speaking now. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Spell. Spelling. I am. So this is why you've gone through, because when I hear your voice, I hear the voice of a warrior. I hear the voice of a healer. I hear the voice of a divine soul. And I hear the divine feminine coming through you. And you have to embrace that, because this is not just for you. This is for those assigned to you. When you heal yourself, then you become the lighthouse that is used to heal others. Don't you see what it is? Because no one's going to the pastor or the priest. Don't you know who you are? I just said something there.
Right. Yes.
So
you know what I've been feeling?
What have you been feeling? What have you been feeling?
I've had the last 3 nights since Sunday. I was meant to be going to Cape Coast for some event.
Yeah.
Runny belly. I thought I ate something. This belly cannot stop running.
Hey.
My family are pulling me back home. They're saying, you have to come home. Everything in my spirit was like, I cannot, I am not ready.
Yeah.
I don't want to face that space. He's still at large. No, because of X, Y, and Z. Then I just thought, let me look at this from the eagle eye perch. Let me just ascend for a moment.
Yeah.
And I just saw intergenerational curses.
Left and right. Now you're talking. Breaking. Let me tell you, I know exactly where you are. If you want to break those spirits completely, go to the Black Star Square at night. That's a sacred ground.
Black Star Square.
At night.
I'm in Nkrumah Square.
The Black Star Square. Go right there at night.
Okay.
That is a very sacred ground.
What time?
Any time in the evening after 8 p.m., you go there. There'll be someone there waiting for you.
There'll be somebody there to receive you.
Just go, and when you see people sitting under there, ask them about the sacredness of the site. The person who answers your question is your messenger for the night.
Oh man!
I just told you. And those castles in Elmina also are very sacred grounds. And when you go there, you better evoke some spirits to come and ascend you.
That is exactly why I'm going.
That's because that's exactly it.
This is why I'm here right now.
Thank you very much.
I could have been to.
You are there
This
for a
is why
spiritual
I'm here.
awakening. Why do you think that is? So Black Star Square, Elmina, and Cape Coast, you will never be the same. And now that you're in this mindset, there are messengers who will meet you at all these places. Listen for them. They will come to you. And when they come to you, you will know who they are.
Okay.
So this is the message. Before I know what's your final word, evoking belonging?
To evoke belonging.
Yeah.
That connection to ourselves. And for so long, I have always seen this not only as my life mission, and I still truly believe and hold to that, but it has always been the external. It's always been others.
No.
But actually, my teaching is all about coming back to you. And in this moment, I can only hold on to me.
You said it. Said it. That's the message. You see? And I want to tell you, you have just begun your winning season, evoking belonging. So go forth, connect to those ancestors who couldn't escape what you have, and they will be your tailwinds to push you into your purpose. You heard me? One love to you, yes? Always, always, always. One love. You're welcome anytime, yeah? Black Star Square. Don't play with that. And make sure you have some water. So have some water and spill some water on the ground for those ancestors. Yeah?
Yes, our full libation.
Wicked. Blessed love, yes? Yeah. Much love, much love, much love. You see, this is what it is. This is what it is. So this is Birmingham's own David Hines and Steel Paws reminding you to chant a psalm a day. So don't forget to chant a psalm today, because that's who you are. Unstoppable. Internal to external, Hakim. You said it. You said it. You said it. Let's take one more before we call it a day. One more. Tinkerbell, come on in. Hey, Tinkerbell, how you doing? I'm well. I appreciated all your comments and your texts. So tell us, what's your relationship with this hell realm?
I will tell you, I'll try to make it fast, but 2017, I lost my brother. And in that hospital, I heard, I just awakened. Voices came to me telling me what the nurses were going to do, what their intentions behind it, what the doctors were going to do. And it literally happened. I heard my brother say that he's going. He can't hold on anymore. He went into a coma. And when I heard him say that, I was in a room with him. And I went out the bathroom, and the doctors came and said, oh, his soul no longer here. He's officially brain dead. And from there, I started looking at my family and everybody, just put everything on to me. They depended on me to talk to the doctors, plan his funeral, and I'm the youngest, and he's the oldest of 4. My other siblings, they said they couldn't bear to see him, and they left. And I stayed in the hospital with him for 5 whole days. After that, after we buried him, from there, everything changed. My mom stopped talking to me. My nephew stopped talking to me. My dad stopped talking to me. My siblings stopped talking to me. I just got married that year. I got married because the man that I trusted said that he agrees with my morals, and my morals was to break generational curses. I said that I spoke everything clearly. I said I want us to not just be married, but to be a representation of love, to actually enjoy each other, to love each other, to display this to our children, because I come from a family that doesn't display love. They're just together, and it was a toxic environment for me to grow up in. Arguments, violence, just unstable. And he grew up in the same, and he said, absolutely, I want the same. Within a year of marriage, after he got me, everyththing changed. I started feeling insecure. I had social anxiety. And I said, I never felt like this. I've been to college and I played before hundreds of people. I've done drama. I've been on a stage. I know myself. But what is this? And he started telling me who I am. Who do you think you are? You can't do this. He started, I'm not a jealous person. And that makes him upset. He looks at other women. And I say, well, that is an attractive person. We have eyes. It's okay to be admire beauty, without perversity. Just admire creation. I admire the mountains, the waters. It's the same as a human.
That's right.
And he hated that. So that wasn't enough. And it got to the point by a year or two, he started attacking like my soul, my identity, because it wasn't enough for me to get upset that he was being dishonorable, looking at other women or not doing his duties. So he started attacking me and saying, you're not enough. You can't do this. He started comparing me to others. After I got pregnant, he said, well, you're bigger than others. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm carrying a child.
Wow.
Everyone just left me within those 7 years, and he turned. And I said, I want a divorce. I can't do this. And he's promised me, no, I changed. And I finally woke up this year and I realized, where has these 7 years gone? I feel like I've been under a spell or hypnosis. Yes. And I've awakened, and I'm saying, and he hasn't. And we've been stuck in one spot, and he has promised me to do the same thing over and over. He starts, and about a week or two, he breaks it. And then he starts. It's like he's playing yo-yo.
Yeah. And are you still married to him?
I'm separated now.
How long have you been separated, Tinkerbell?
I promise you, this is what's so weird. I just found this live. Yeah. I did it this past month. I just woke up and I couldn't take it anymore. I've been having dreams. I've been having visions that I never had. I don't know. And
you know. When I listen to you, you know the vibration I'm getting. You're a very rare soul. Very pure and kind, and you're so strong you come across as even fragile. That's the level of your strength. And your name Tinkerbell is to make you think what you're seeing is what is, but it's not. So that he misread you, thinking that your kindness meant you were a doormat. And what and what he put you through is classic trauma bonding, because the highs, I'm going to be better, makes you feel good, oxytocin. Then he goes down to the low, we're treating you bad. That creates the cortisol, the stress hormone. And that up and down is what leads to a trauma bond. It's almost like an addiction cycle. And this is what keeps a lot of us empaths. I've been divorced twice. It keeps a lot of us trapped in this spell of the hell realm of narcissistic abuse. And the moment you wake up from that spell, you're not just waking up from the spell of your marriage, Tinkerbell. Your brother tried to warn you. You're waking up from the spell that runs the whole world.
I believe it.
And the reason why you're waking up from the spell at this point is because you're chosen to save yourself at a time when the world is burning. Don't you see the gift of this? And your qualification was, despite all the wickedness you've experienced for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, you didn't become like that. You didn't become like a narcissist. So your reward now is freedom. And freedom in the beginning feels lonely. It feels scary. It almost feels like you lose everything. But that's how it begins. And because it's so difficult, most people don't want the path to freedom. They prefer the comfort of their illusions, their suffering. And what you are waking up to is the end of your suffering. For you, and what you've also done is you've ended that cycle for your child. Don't you see the beauty of what you've just done?
Yeah, he was why I had to do it.
This is how old is he now?
4.5.
Beautiful.
About to turn 5.
When I left my second marriage, my daughter was 1. So I know what's going on with you. I'm not speaking from theory. I've walked this walk.
Full marriage, I've basically been fighting for my child and myself. I've stayed here for him because I said I can't
Exactly.
live him.
Exactly. But you have just ended that cycle for your son. So your son is free because of the price you're paying. Don't you see the game? My 3 children are free because of the price I paid, Hakim. Just like the price you paid, Hakim. You Tinkerbell.
Yes.
So remember that this period feels lonely. It feels like you're losing everybody. You're not. You're just beginning to see the illusions fall apart. And this is what's going to put you through your winning season. It's the purity of your heart and taking action based on the purity of your heart. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you?
I do.
This is the message.
It confused me for the longest. I can see this man hates me.
No, he doesn't hate you.
It feels like it.
Let me tell you what it. Let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you with love. No narcissist is capable of love because the narcissist operates from a place of self-loathing. And remember, you cannot give someone something you do not have. So the narcissist is very good at performative love. That's the trauma bonding. But the narcissist is incapable of loving anyone, including themselves. So the narcissist doesn't just live in hell. The narcissist is hell.
Yes, it feels like.
No. It doesn't feel like it. It is. Do you see what I'm trying to tell? This is why all the psychological journals and all the psychotherapists tell you, okay, yes, narcissistic abuse, yellow up, gray up, no contact. That's how you know it's in the realm of voodoo, hoodoo, spiritual Jezebelian vibrations. Your softness is your superpower. Hakim is telling you. This is what it is. So I want to encourage you to remain.
Because I felt like me being vulnerable. I'm sorry to cut you
No. Go ahead. Yeah.
But in soft, I've been chewed up by the wolves my whole life.
That's the point. The reason why you were chewed by the wolves is the same reason why I was chewed by the wolves. It's to show that if the wolves attack you, are you going to become like the wolves? Or are you going to remain a lamb? And the lamb who survives the wolves is the real lion. I felt that. And we have to end in about a minute. But I want to ask you, how are you feeling now, Tinkerbell? What are you realizing?
I feel like my prayers are being answered because I
Jah
felt so alone.
Jah
I asked for confirmation.
Jah Lord.
Out of nature.
Yahweh lives. Jah Lord. Selassie is the king. There's no one like you, Tinkerbell. And I'm saying what I'm saying because I'm doing these incantations to codify the sacred moment of your freedom. And you are welcome back here anytime. If you want to have a chat with me, you can have a free 30-minute chat with me on my website, innermileage.com. And let those tears cleanse you. That's a somatic release, Tinkerbell. And I want you to know, I love you as my fellow sister and empath, just like everyone here loves you too. That's why we always say one love, because there's only one. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
So I want to thank you so much for putting your heart out here. And remember, your softness is your strength. Yes? And come back anytime, yes?
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, one love, Tinkerbell. One love. This is what it is. You see? So this is what it is, my people. I just want to thank you for your beautiful energy, for your time and attention, for your kindness. And as we always say, one love always, because there's only one. There is only one, and we are all one. There's 8 billion stories, but only one. Unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, awakening, coming to the realization of you being the witness. There is only one. So one love, people. I'll see you back here again on Friday, yes? And if you have any questions, just check out my website, innermileage.com, or if you want to talk to me more, book a free session. And even if we don't work together, there'll be some alchemy there, yes? Peace and love, people. I see you again on Friday at the same time. Yes, I appreciate you all. Give thanks for your alchemy and for your love in your heart. One love. Yes, I. One love, one love, one love. Blood.